Hello everyone, welcome. My name is Pastor Roland. Today I just want to talk about a couple of little maintenance items. First of all, keep sending in your prayer requests. This is summertime when I'm making this video here, and so I'm taking a little time to relax and enjoy the summer. I'm also studying and working on some projects. I'm studying calculus, amazingly enough, and kinematics, which is the study of motion in physics, and enjoying it immensely. I also have recently completed a revision of my book, which has been now retitled A Brief Introduction to Stress Management, Principles and Practice. It's just a beautiful, beautiful little book. It'll be available on Amazon very soon in both Kindle and paperback. It's like I think 60 pages. It's just beautiful. You'll love it. If you have any stress issues whatsoever, any baggage from the past whatsoever, the anger management issues, okay? You absolutely have got to read the book. It's that good, okay? And it's actually available for me already in PDF form. If you send a little donation of any amount, a couple of bucks or something, I'd send it to you by email, PDF. Okay, now the other thing I want to mention, I'm not around as much right now for live chat. The free chat using the Parachat service. Not around as much for that. But I am around, okay, because it's summer and I have extra time. I have extra time for prayer. So I actually have more time for prayer now. So please send in your prayer requests. I love getting them. And to have someone pray for you a little bit, couldn't hurt. Couldn't hurt. Pray for yourself too, of course. Okay. Now, what else do I want to talk about? Let's talk about prayer requests just a bit more. If you send me a prayer request, sometimes I respond back with an email and sometimes I don't. Okay? If I can, I will. But if I do, if I respond back with an email saying, I'll pray for you and so on, then please send me an email back that you got my email and saying thank you or something like that. Just something to make it into a human interaction. There's nothing worse than to receive what seems to me a legitimate prayer request, a heartfelt prayer request. I could be wrong, see, someone could be fooling me, but I assume that it's a real prayer request, and then I take it seriously, and then I send an email, that I'm praying for you, and then I never hear from the person, never hear from them. See, that's not good. It doesn't make sense. So please, just bear in mind that I'm a person. So if I email you and say I'm going to pray for you, then respond back, please. Okay. Let's see. What else do I want to tell you about? Meditation is so important. So important. See, here's why it's so important. Okay, prayer is important, right? We know that. Being close to God is important. We know that. But a lot of us have trouble praying, and we don't feel close to God. Okay, so what has happened? What's happened is emotions have gotten in the way, and we're upset. Okay, and then you get lost in thinking, lost in imagination. I've always said you're not going to find God in your imagination. You're not going to find God in thinking. And you're not going to find God in study either. Okay, you find God in the present moment, when you're not lost in thinking, when you're not lost in your imagination, when you're not upset, when you're not excited about something or angry about, you see, or resentful. None of those. You're just sitting in the present moment. Okay? That's where you're likely to encounter God. Okay? So, why is the meditation so important? It's because the modern person, more than ever before, more than people ever before, the modern person is lost in distractions, lost in thinking, lost in video games, lost in texting, lost in substances. Okay? There's just so much, so many distractions, so many substances, so much, and then because of that we make mistakes. See, and then the other thing too, we've made a lot of mistakes. We've been tempted to make mistakes. See, all around you is temptation. A lot of temptation. Tempting you to step over the line, tempting you to rebel, tempting you to do things that you kind of know are not so good. Okay? Tempting you. And everywhere people encouraging that sort of thing and then saying it's, and then there's all kinds of temptations about religion too. There's false religions on the one hand, and then on the other hand you have people who say there is no God and so on. There's just so many. It's unbelievable. So what you need is something to help you stand back. Take a mental step back from all of your involvements. Emotional involvements, gadget involvements, distraction involvements. See what I mean? Take a step back so you can be in the present. That doesn't mean, okay, that there aren't still distractions. It doesn't mean that you won't still get caught up in them sometimes. It doesn't mean that you won't be thinking about this or even worrying about something. Okay? Let's be honest. You will worry about something. You don't have so much faith that you're not going to worry. You don't have that faith. But on the other hand, maybe you'd like to have that kind of faith, but the thoughts rise up. They rise up and they overpower you. Before you know it, there's the doubts. There's the upsets. There's the resentments. There's the memories of the past. There's the unhappiness. See, they rise up, and before you know it, they've got you. See? So maybe you could have more faith than you think if you could just step back from those doubts from those emotions. Okay? Then you could watch them. See how I say that? I don't say trying to blank the mind. No, we don't want to do that. You do need to think. But just when those doubts come and those negative thoughts and unhappy thoughts, just watch them. See? Watch them. You don't have to indulge them. You don't have to believe them. You don't have to follow them. Just watch them. See? So how do you do that? Well, it's very easy, but the meditation helps. Okay, it really does help. It helps to anchor you in the present moment. Okay, then what? Then that will help you with your prayer life. See? It'll help you with your prayer life. And it'll help you remember those principles that you'd like to apply in life, like patience, kindness, long-suffering, forbearance. See? And faith. Maybe you don't have a lot, but you have a little. Maybe you'd like to have more. Okay, it'll help you. See, emotions sweep you away from faith. See? Those doubts sweep you away from faith. So if you stand back from those emotions and those doubts, well, then maybe you can have some faith. See what I mean? Which translates into what? Patience. Instead of coming unglued, you wait. You call upon the Lord and you wait and you watch. See? And time goes by, and before you know it, the issue solves itself. Maybe goes away, or you intuitively come up with, your intuition by being close to God. You intuit some wisdom. The wise thing to do, the right thing to do. So you do the wise thing or the right thing, or maybe nothing needs to be done, and then you don't do anything, and you're much better off than in the past when you would have rolled up your sleeves and jumped in, as egos tend to do, and then made a mess out of everything, made it worse. Okay, so the meditation is so important. And I have a new video I just made a few days ago called Advanced, I believe it's called Advanced Techniques of Meditation, something like that. It's excellent because I talk about how to be in after you practice your meditation, 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes at lunch, 5 minutes in the evening. Then you go out in the day, go about your business, working and studying and all the things you do. That you also, from time to time, become aware of your hands. Notice your hands so they feel warm. Okay, notice your hands. That will really help you to that will help remind you of the meditation, remind you of God. Okay, remind you to be in the present, and it'll give you that nice, cozy, meditative feeling. And so the meditation translates physically into emotionally into patience, okay, and physically into warm hands. Okay, so you should watch that video, and of course, try one of my meditations. I might recommend you start with the easy meditation because it's short and it's quick. It's easy to learn. Only takes 5 minutes or so. Start with the easy meditation. Okay? My name is Pastor Roland.